talk to me about, in terms of lifelong learning, staying relevant, staying, and staying current really, and what sort of, what your thoughts are in terms of that, and what advice would you give to anybody else?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, when you hear it played back to you by yourself there, Saf, what I have done in terms of like lifelong learning. And I think it's taking yourself out of a comfort zone. That's how I've learnt, just moving out of something that I'm familiar with to, I wouldn't necessarily say take a risk, but do something that you're not comfortable with. And becoming a governor at one of our Co-op Academy Trust schools was a starting point for me. It's something I'd felt that I'd wanted to do but hadn't had time to do when my children were younger. But as they flew the nest, it became apparent that I did have time. I was a governor. Within 6 months, I was vice chair, and within another 6 months, I was chair of governors. That's just how things happened. But it's so wonderful to be able to learn and grow because of understanding a different sector, the education sector. I'd worked in it from an FE perspective, but I hadn't been closely involved in primary or secondary schools. And this secondary school is in a part of Greater Manchester that we choose our schools because we know they need support in the trust. And it's been wonderful to build a relationship with the colleagues and staff in that school and see how we are making a difference to people that often it's not easy for them. And so I get a lot from it. I get more from it than I give to that school. I know that for a fact.
It's a lot of responsibility on your shoulder.
We carry it as a team. It's great to be able to be immersed in it and to understand the challenges and the triumphs of those children every day. And another, I suppose, piece of advice, if I was, that question, what would you tell your younger self? Although I was an accountant, and I still am an accountant technically, I didn't really understand business, even from the training that I was doing back in the day. It's only as I've got more experienced in my career that I really try and understand what businesses are trying to do and what their work is for, what their purpose is for, and I understand a lot more about that now. And if I'd had my time again, I would have got more involved in talking about business and understanding and reading more about business in order to educate myself in a different way from just osmosis, the ability to learn as you go.
Yeah. I mean, Louise, you have a way about yourself where, somebody can hopefully can approach you for advice and you can point them in the right direction. How do you keep yourself in terms of, that check and balance, that sort of stretch and challenge and so forth? Do you do that inwardly? Do you do that by talking to others? Do you have a network? Do you have peer support? If you don't mind, just share in terms of techniques and that level of just keeping on top of things.
Yeah, again, I wish my friends could hear what you're saying there about advice and counsel.
Yeah.
I think that people around me would say I'm a go-to person for some things, and I'm happy to advise where I can. What I've learnt to do over the years is a bit more coaching rather than advising. Don't tell people the answer, help them to find the answer for themselves. And that's a learning point for me over the years, where I know in some cases I've been quick to make decisions on behalf of people that were actually, it's not my business to make those decisions for them, but to help people to do that themselves. Right. So the checks and balances are my family, actually.
Oh, really?
So we've got a close family unit. I've got 4 brothers and wider family. My husband, 2 adult children now, and my daughter's just got married, so I have a new son-in-law as well to have those conversations with. So it's all about, for me, combining work life and personal life, and I think that helps to keep me more rounded in my job role, definitely.
Canny Conversation Podcast Series 5 by Safaraz Ali.